Hey scrappers, if you're looking to figure out what materials you should sell this week or hold this week, now is the time to do it. Our weekly report is going to give you that information, up-to-date market news, pricing. Let's get right into it and we'll talk about it inside. Hey scrappers, Tom here. It is Wednesday, November 15th, 2023. We hope everyone's doing well. Just a heads up, we will not be doing a video next week. We will be celebrating with our families, and we hope that you, your friends and families have a very happy Thanksgiving, whether you're celebrating your Canadian Thanksgiving a little early or I guess not early for you, late, right? Or your US Thanksgiving. We hope that you have a very nice time. We hope that you have a lot to be thankful for. So what's going on with the markets? I don't know. It's the end of the year. People are upset. People are in turmoil. People are taking profits. Copper prices. Let's just jump right into it, right? We'll pull up some of the prices that we've seen the last week. Copper's gone up. Nice sign. It bottomed out around 353 trading, and it's back up to 367. So that's a 14-cent swing in the last couple of weeks. If we look at some of the reported prices we see here, and kind of reflects some of those numbers starting to tick themselves up. Bare rates starting to increase. Copper tubing prices, we're seeing down month over a 30-day period, which makes sense. But if we can click on tubing here, you're going to start to see these numbers ticking up. If you look at the 13th, right, you can start to see all these different numbers: 279, 295, $3, 319. So you're seeing prices that are starting to uptick. That's awesome. When those prices start to uptick, that just shows you and it gives you the patterns. And that's why we say when you report your prices, you're able to go in there and really learn what the market is doing. Copper is interesting. I'm going to kind of go off today's topic, and I'll do a little more of planning that I'm going to talk about in December. But copper is a product right now that is in a real transitionary flux. And I'll give you a couple of things that I've read. Copper prices right now, in my opinion, are too low for the demand that's coming. But the copper prices today reflect today's demand, right? Election year coming up, 2024. This EV transition is not going nearly as well as many people thought. I never thought that it was going to be as fast as they were pushing it to be. So as we were talking about electric cars, solar panels, wind panels, etc., wind turbines, they all need copper, but the acceleration of the clean energy versus the growth of the copper demand are not going to align right now. So what we saw in 2021, 2022 were copper prices going up. Now we're starting to see these copper prices coming down and kind of in that 350 to 375 trading range. I personally think that copper prices within 2 years are going to go up $2 a pound. Now that would be a prediction based on everything being normal today, right? You have a humongous war breakout or something like that, or a terrorist attack, something that's bad. Obviously, things can change. But regardless of what happens with the presidential election, because in 2025, we'll have a more clear direction. Are we having another Democrat? Are we going back to the Republican side? Hell, it could be a third party candidate. But those policies that each of those parties have will start to shape where these metal prices are going. So I still think that demand is going to be there. And I read something today saying ExxonMobil is jumping into the lithium business, and they're hoping to supply enough batteries and power for 1 million cars by 2030. So you see these larger energy companies starting to really embrace these transitions, but you're still looking at a longer time period. So when you're sitting on copper in your garage today, or you have a load of Bear Bright, or Christmas is coming, do I think you're going to save it for 2 years? No, probably not. I'm not. I have a turn and burn in and out, 2 to 3 days, 2 to 3 days, 2 to 3 days. Some of my friends that own scrap yards, they own, they'll hold a lot of stuff. But when I talk to the customers at Rockaway Recycling, they're not sitting here holding 5,000, 10,000 pounds of copper, because you're rarely coming across that, right? You're getting a few hundred pounds, you accrue it, the bucket is full, you empty it out. And in the next few years, you're going to start to see these prices ticking up. It's going to organically happen between inflation, the election being behind us, and then a clear direction moving into 2025. We need copper. I read another article talking about mines down in Chile and Peru, and they're not tapping those mines. Some of the mines could last for decades. There's so much copper inside of them, but they said that until copper prices hit 450 again, they're not going to open the mines up. So you see smarter people than me talking about prices increasing. Goldman Sachs had an article come out predicting that copper was going to go to $6.50 per pound within the next 3 years. Now, again, listen, I could tell you that elephants are going to fly 3 years from now. I can make any prediction I want, but Goldman Sachs does have a little clout behind it. So even if they're wrong, I don't think we're going to go from like a 650 prediction to a 150 prediction. Maybe it ends up at $5 a pound. But we are seeing these transitions happening. They're just going to happen slower than many people initially thought. So there's my kind of spiel on copper on what's going on right now. But let me jump to a couple of questions, and I'll get back into the regular report. One of the engaging questions we had this week in Facebook was about Freon. And we talked about this in our Auto Wrecker series. So if you're a YouTube member, you'll be able to gain access to our Auto Wrecker series early, or not early, like our releases come every Sunday. And one of the videos talks about Freon recovery. And Freon recovery is not something that I recommend you do on your own. I'm not a risk taker when it comes to things like that. I don't mind hiring people that know how to do things properly. And while I may be able to do it, I mean, I know that I could. There's also knowing that you can and having the right people that are going to recover the Freon, not release it into the air. We know many people that come here and they haven't drain the Freon or oil from their air conditioners, and we won't accept them at Rockaway Recycling. So you want to go to somewhere that has the right method, the right ways to do it. So learning about doing it is not something I'm going to teach you about. There's videos online. There are systems that you can buy that properly take it out. People can hold on to the Freon gas, and you could sell it for $3 or $4 a pound. You get a cylinder of 100 pounds, but how many units does it take? I don't know. If they were window units, it probably takes 300 of them. They were, regular units, it might take, 50 of them. I don't know. But Freon recovery, you can make money on it, but it's not something that I do, so I can't be super knowledgeable about it. We hire professionals to drain them, so that's kind of where I shake out on the Freon side of things. So let's jump to catalytic converters, which have not had a very good year. Catalytic converter prices, we had that nice uptick the last few weeks where we saw rhodium jump over 4,000, but we've now seen platinum dip into the $850 range, palladium in the $930 per ounce range, and the average cat price right now is hovering around $80. I don't think these OEM markets have any upward trajectory anytime soon. I don't see a huge market turnaround right now, especially for the balance of this year. I think for the rest of 2023, you're going to really see status quo. We have 6 weeks left of the year. In those 6 weeks, you have 2 major holidays. You have a lot of kids getting out of school, right? And that has an effect on traders, that has an effect on manufacturing, that has effect on demand. People are going to be going more for electronics and Christmas presents the next 6 weeks. The industrial demand won't really pick up more steam until the middle of the first quarter. So I don't see anything changing on the catalytic converter side of things. So if you're looking to hold your cats, great. But if you're looking to sell them, rrcats.com continuing to provide free shipping on OEM cats, as well as all types of price lock guarantees and different bonuses that go from month to month. So check the guys out over rrcats.com. What else we want to talk about? Aluminum prices, nice little uptick. We'll pull up some of the prices that we've seen the last couple of weeks. We've seen a few markets jumping a few cents per pound. So let's pull up some of the prices that we've seen for aluminum. So you're seeing some green. Green is good. Aluminum cans, let's click on. When we click on cans at 43 cents a pound nationally, nice price. If you look at some of these numbers, 50 cents, 38, 45. So that kind of gives you a good idea that we've seen a nice increase over the last 30 days. If we can go back and check out aluminum sheet, another common item that scrappers are kind of moving daily. Aluminum sheet prices should be in the 43-cent or so range. Yep, there they are. And 43 cents a pound. Again, another nice uptick. 40 cents, 40 cents, 45, 40. I actually raised my price yesterday at Rockaway Recycling. Our sheet aluminum prices are at 47 cents a pound. So we are seeing a little bit of an uptick, and that was a 5-cent uptick. So if you can look at what we're doing here, it's super simple. You put in your town, your state, you get optional scrapyard name by just selecting sheet aluminum, 47 cents, and you put in the price. Super easy. Boom. Submitted. Just like that, we have an updated price. Refresh the page, and you'll just see that these prices, they will have impacts when you update these prices. These prices are real and they work, and you can start to see these different price trends with markets moving upwards, which is really nice. So aluminum prices are a little stronger right now. Copper prices a little stronger right now. So going into the holidays, you might want to ask your scrapyard, are there specials? Are there promotions? I've done specials in the past, giving customers 10 cents a pound on different copper or brass prices. Generally, Thanksgiving, Christmas time of the year, you give a little more than you might throughout the rest of the year, a little more promotions, maybe a little more giveaways. So ask your scrapyards if they do these things. Sometimes they do them. At Rockaway Recycling, we have electrician, plumber pricing specials. So sometimes your scrapyard might do that based on volume, based on consistency. So make sure you ask, because they might not market it to you as well as maybe like a Starbucks would. And that's because most of us are mom and pop run scrapyards, and we have other things to worry about day to day. So we don't always super promote that. We do at Rockaway Recycling, but that's us. So we had a couple of other things. Let's see, the EV vehicle. People were talking about a lot of different EV related comments from the weekly report we had a couple of weeks ago. They were talking about power consumption, battery size, the need for cobalt, and other types of materials. Now, you're not going to go out and find things like cobalt when it comes to scrapping. The only way that you could find it would be by having some type of an electronic device that had cobalt based battery. That would be the only way that you can kind of find cobalt. So that's not going to be an item that you find. Nickel prices that we're going to talk about now are another one that we really would have a heavy impact on some of the battery prices. And nickel prices and stainless have been the biggest disappointment to me in 2023. These markets have been so badly bludgeoned. When we click on 304 stainless right now, and we're looking at a national average of 33 cents a pound, it's like a freaking joke. I mean, look, 35, 25, 29, 30. It seems like all of the other markets have woken up to prices actually gaining some footing. Lead has regained ground, copper, aluminum, stainless. These stainless prices are so bad. I really don't see them increasing anytime soon. In fact, nickel prices this morning at 4 o'clock, when I was looking at the markets, hit 52-week lows again. And if you look at my other videos, and I know you probably aren't going and watch them again and again, I've now said this like 6 or 7 times in the last 10 or 11 reports that nickel prices have hit 1-year lows. So that means that every time I say it, we've gone down more.
Stop saying it.
I mean, I'd love to stop saying it, but prices are really just completely poo-poo right now. I mean, you see nickel prices averaging $17,000 per ton right now. The price of nickel a year ago was, roughly, 24,000 per ton. So if we're looking, can you just hit that 1-year chart, Virginia?
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Here, this is a perfect example. We're going to show you the nickel chart for the last 52 weeks. So high point about a year ago of almost 29,000 a ton, right? You look at, let's look at go one more month. Yeah, April, 24,000. So you're looking at a market, let's say 29,000 went to 18,000. That's a 50% decrease. That's not true. It's a 35% decrease. Went down 11,000 a ton. And when you look at that, that's a lot of money. That's $3.50 per pound. Nickel prices have gone down. Stainless is 30 to 40% nickel, depending on what grade you're working with. I mean, you just have prices going down badly. And it surprises me because nickel prices are, nickel is going to be used more and more in batteries for these EVs. And I can't understand why some of these markets are getting hit so poorly. And it's just one of those things that we'll talk about it more, but I don't see huge uptick coming anytime soon. So let's see. I hit aluminum, I hit copper, brass prices, up because copper prices are up. Steel markets, our ferrous markets, if we could pull up some of our ferrous prices, are going to start to see a little bit of an uptick. Oh my gosh, an uptick. Yay. Is it huge? No, it's not, but it's like 10-15 a ton. And I'll take 10-15 a ton in November all day long. I mean, I saw my prices the other day jump like $5-10 a ton, and I was almost in shock that they went up. It was like November 6th or 7th or something like that. That just doesn't happen. Let's just take a normal one. Let's go to light iron. Let's click on light iron, 140 a ton nationally right now. But look at these prices. You can see a month ago, 6 cents, and you can see, a couple days ago, 156. So Big Daddy Scrap, I'll shout out to them. I actually sell them some scrap out in Illinois once in a while. Good company, good people over there. If you're out there, check them out. Rockaway, New Jersey, that's us. So steel prices, I don't see much more of an increase for the balance of this year. I really see it more of a sideways movement going into the next year. I don't see large commercial growth, and I don't think I can emphasize this enough. Many scrappers are scrapping residential items. The commercial markets drive the scrap prices. And when I see interest rates for a 30-year home mortgage at 8, 7, or 8%, you add 3 to 4% onto that for a commercial loan. So 10 to 12% is kind of the range for a 30-year commercial mortgage right now. And that increases the monthly payments tremendously, which decreases the amount of people that want to either buy things that are out there at inflated prices from the last few years, or it really hurts the building process. So, these commercial mortgages, these commercial investments, automobile factories, cars, Ford, for example, 2 or 3 weeks ago, their stock went down 25%. Why? They canceled a project making a new EV factory. If they're not going to be making major investments, right, and they have their stock going down 25%, think of what people are thinking nationally that aren't like publicly traded companies. They're not going out there and just spending buku bucks or borrowing buku bucks to be able to build things because they don't know where things are going right now. So these are things that I look at. These are things that I think about. These are things that affect the markets. We were fortunate to have that auto worker strike settle itself out a couple of weeks ago. That was good news. Unfortunately, we still have a horrible situation in the Middle East, horrible situation in Europe. These are going to continue to consume time, energy, and money from the U.S. government. So their reinvestments or kind of focusing in the U.S. markets are not going to be as strong. The infrastructure bill that went into law a couple of years ago, it's starting to work, but it's not really investing in like steel beams. We're not, even if they put the wall up, that's not going to increase steel prices. Oil prices are going to decrease steel prices because, it's just not moving right now. Oil prices are going to increase steel prices because they're going down, but that could change at the flip of a coin. So these markets are what they are right now. I don't think that they're bad. I don't think that you should hold on to all your stuff, but that's kind of your opinion. You can check out lots of other videos that we have on YouTube that gives you lots and lots of insight. And if you're looking for some new gear, whether it's a new magnet, whether it's a new t-shirt, a new jacket going into the winter, our ICRAP store has all types of things, shop.icrapapp.com, and our YouTube members are getting additional money off. But we have things like magnets, jackets, t-shirts. So we have Rockwave magnets in there too. So you'll be able to get all types of things. So you'll be able to check that out. But these markets are very good. going in. Oh, here's our store. Let me show you real quick. Check it out. We got Rockaway recycling magnets. We got all types of different colors. And then we have all types of our other gear that you can buy, from phone cases to t-shirts. So check those things out. Listen, we're thankful for you going into the holiday season. We're thankful that you report prices. We're thankful that you tune into our videos, that you give us such great comments and ideas to make more content and more videos on scrap for. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all that you do in the scrap metal world. And until a couple weeks from now, scrappers, happy Thanksgiving, and I'll scrap you later.
Thanks for watching our video. For $2.99 a month, by becoming a member, you can get access to early videos, member-only videos, merchandise discounts from our store, and priority comments that we answer before answering any other scrappers. Click the link below to learn more. Until next time, scrap you later.